welcome to The Cruise Show. Carly and Richard with you for the next quarter of an hour or so, talking about cruise holidays and, more importantly, family cruise holidays. And what better way to explore the world than with your family on a cruise holiday? It's an education for the children as they get to see different places and the different cultures of the regions that we're visiting. Whilst they're having fun in the kids' clubs, you can be relaxing on deck. And to tell us more about family cruising, it's Carly.
Thank you, Richard. Well, I know as a parent, it's so difficult when choosing a holiday destination. You're thinking about things that are going to keep the children entertained, but things that you like to do on holiday as well. Maybe just relaxing and reading a book, and we don't often get the chance to do that with little ones running around. And maybe things like food, thinking about, is there going to be enough choice for your fussy little eaters? Well, these are the things that just make cruise holidays the perfect family holiday. So many different choices of dining options on board cruise ships, and you can eat pretty much whenever you like as well. And then the entertainment and the kids clubs mean the children are entertained and happy, and you can do whatever you like to do on holiday as well. And we've got some wonderful choices in store for you on today's show, and we're going to start out with a Royal Caribbean International cruise on board the Rhapsody of the Seas, heading around the Mediterranean.
Yeah, wow. Now, Royal Caribbean International really does have everything you could possibly want for a family holiday. Out on top deck there's all the facilities you can see here, the sports courts, there's a rock climbing wall, there's even a flow rider, which is a surf simulator at sea. They will have a great time there.
Absolutely. Royal Caribbean like to bring the whole family together in one place, but still have everything that each one of your family wants to do. And there's things like the Adventure Ocean Kids Club and the family-friendly entertainment as well, which you could all go along to together and enjoy. There's the flow rider just there, isn't it, Richard?
Yeah, and like you were saying there, a Royal Caribbean International ship has everything on it that people might want to do different things when you're on a holiday, but you can always meet up later on in the ship, and you can all meet up to have a spot of lunch maybe, and then afterwards you can head off out again. The kids can be enjoying all of the facilities here in the Adventure Oceans Kids Club, whilst maybe you're enjoying a relaxing spa treatment. And of an evening as well, whilst you're having your evening meal, the kids can be in the Adventure Oceans Kids Club, maybe doing some making things or new activities, science experiments, for example, are just some of the activities they can be doing whilst you're enjoying your evening meal or taking in a Broadway-style performance. There really is something for everyone.
There absolutely is something for everyone, and even down to things like the shore excursions. Royal Caribbean International have actually put together a selection of excursions that are suitable for families as well, and they take one of the children's hosts with them, which is just wonderful.
It is, and look at all that food as well that you can be enjoying. So this is the Rhapsody of the Seas with Royal Caribbean International. We're going to take you on a Mediterranean itinerary. Now, all the fun starts on the 20th of October. We're going to be flying you from the UK. We've based this on flights from London Heathrow out to Venice. Now, we're going to get you on board the Rhapsody of the Seas in Venice, and do be out on top deck for the sail away. The kids will love that, waving to all the people out and about. Our first destination will be Kotor that we're going to visit. Here you can go and maybe try snorkeling or try some of the local seafood. We're then on to Corfu as our next port of call here. Now, the palace is impressive here with its garden statues of mythical heroes. We're then going to be cruising you on to Piraeus. Now, this is the port for Athens. Maybe take the kids to the Acropolis for the day and they can learn all about the history of that. We'll then be cruising you on to Mykonos, will be our next port of call, with its beautiful whitewashed houses there and the windmills and the beaches, which are really accessible and great to just relax on. Argostoli is our next port of call here with its underground caves, some great wine here that you could be trying too. Then we should be cruising you back to Venice. That is when we are going to be flying you back to the UK after your 7 nights, and the holiday will come to an end.
And you can be on board in an inside stateroom from just $9.99 per person for the adults and $7.89 per child.
Now, availability really has gone on this cruise, because if it's an ocean view stateroom you're after, they are all sold out.
As are the balcony staterooms. So as you can see, this has been a really popular cruise. So if you want to be on board in an inside stateroom, get yourself on the phone. The number's at the bottom of the screen, 0800 655 6449. Let's take a sail back through those details. So we are going to be sailing out from Venice once we've flown you out there, of course, to our first port of call, Kotor. Perhaps rent bikes for the day and explore this beautiful destination, or take to the water and go kayaking. Then we're off to Corfu. You can enjoy a boat trip to Vidos Island. There's so many areas of beach there, and you can even climb some rocks as well. Then we're off to Piraeus, and there's a lovely trip here for all the family. You can visit the Acropolis and the highlights of Athens, as well as a trip to the Attica Zoo. Then we're going to arrive into Mykonos, and if you like to get active as a family, why not go hiking and then cool off with a swim in one of the beautiful beaches. Also, look out for the local mascot, Petros the pelican. He wanders around the streets of Mykonos. Then we're into Augustoli. This is where Captain Corelli's Mandolin was filmed. It's absolutely beautiful, and you could take the children to try and spot some turtles in the clear waters before we sail you back into Venice and fly you back to the UK. And those prices were from just $9.99 per adult and $7.89 per child. Get yourself on the phone on this lovely cruise. Well, we're going to move on to our next itinerary now, and this time we're taking you away with MSC Cruises, and they have got so much going on for children as well. This is a cruise around Northern Europe in August, right in the middle of the summer.
Yeah, and this gives you a flavour of what you can experience with MSC Cruise. Look at this. It's all about walking around on deck as a family and exploring what the ship has to offer. The kids can then go into the kids' clubs, and they will have the mascots there to entertain them. They even have Lego on board as well, which MSC Cruises have a partnership with, so they can be making things on there as well, colouring things, playing computer games, and they even have the teen discos too.
Yeah, all the leisure facilities there are included in your cruise holiday. You've got from the aqua parks to top game consoles as well, so the children can be playing on things like the Wii, the Nintendo Wii there, and children and adults alike will feel welcome on an MSC cruise because there's so much going on for you.
Yeah, there's so much for all the family to do. So this is a Northern Europe itinerary on board the MSC Preziosa, heading away on the 21st of August next year for 7 nights. We're going to start off by cruising you from Southampton, and we're off to our first port of call, which is Zeebrugge. Now here you could choose to head to Bruges for the day maybe, take a horse-drawn carriage ride around the cobblestone streets as a family, or maybe pick up some chocolates. Then we'll cruise you onto onto Amsterdam is our next port of call, I should say. Now, there's so much for you to do here when you're in these destinations. We're going to be overnighting on board. Then we'll cruise you onto Hamburg is our next port of call, with its museums and galleries for you to enjoy there. Then we should be cruising you onto Le Havre is our final port of call there. And there's so much going on there. Maybe head to Paris or Normandy for the day. Then we should be cruising you back to Southampton.
And you could be on board in an Insight stateroom from $7.99 per person. And then there's the children's prices. 2 to 12-year-olds are $119 per child, and 13 to 17-year-olds are $189 per child.
Yeah, and if it's an ocean view stateroom you want, you can be on board with 2 adults sharing an ocean view stateroom for just £849 per person. And a reminder of those children's prices once again, age between 2 and 12 from just £119 per child. And if you want to take the teens with you, age between 13 and 17, they're from just £189 per child.
Now, if you'd like to be cruising in a balcony stateroom, the adults' prices start from $949 per adult with 2 adults sharing, and the children's prices remain the same as the inside and the outside staterooms. What incredible value for money! Let's take a little sail back through those details. So we are going to be sailing you out from Southampton, heading for our first port of call, Zeebrugge. Belgium chocolate and waffles for the children, and Belgian beer for the grown-ups. Perhaps try a canal boat tour or tandem biking, and look out for playgrounds there as well. They're a great way to burn off some steam. Then we're off to Rotterdam, overnight in Rotterdam, explore traditional Dutch history of Delfshaven. And maybe this time of year, there's plenty of festivals going on for children as well. There's lots you could do. Head to Amsterdam for the day, absolutely. Then from there, we're off to Hamburg, head to Miniature Wonderland for a fun day out before we arrive into Le Havre, and perhaps take in the highlights Paris has to offer, or enjoy one of the lovely parks in Le Havre, and maybe head back on board a little bit early while everyone else is in Paris and make the most of those fabulous family facilities before we sail you back into Southampton and fly you back to the UK. And those prices started at $7.99 per adult, $119 per child 2 to 12 years old, and for 13 to 17-year-olds, $189 per child. Get yourself on the phone on this lovely cruise. It's 0800 655 6449. Well, we're going to move on to our next itinerary now, and we're heading with Norwegian Cruise Lines, and they like you to be free at sea as a family.
Yeah, and what better way to celebrate a cruise adventure than going free at sea, which means there are no set dining times, so you no need to worry about heading to the same restaurant every time at the same evening and sit with the same people. You can work your way around all the different restaurants on board, and there's no need to worry about dressing up of an evening as well. There are no formal nights on board a Norwegian Cruise Line holiday, and the kids will have great fun in the Splash Academy on board. So this is Norwegian Spirit on a Canary Islands itinerary on the 14th of February next year. This is an 11-night holiday. We're going to be starting out by flying you from London Gatwick out to Barcelona. Now, when you get to Barcelona, that's when we're going to arrange for your transfers down to the port. We will get you on board. We're going to cruise out, and our first port of call will be Casablanca. Now, when you're in Casablanca there is so much for you to do. Maybe visit the central market here and pick up some great bargains and some toys for the kids too. They'll love that. Then we're going to be cruising you on to our next port of call now, which is Gran Canaria. A beautiful, bustling city here with the feel of the Mediterranean, and you've got those dunes there as well. Then we'll cruise you on to Tenerife as our next port of call, one of the largest of the Canary Islands. You've got a great harbour to walk around, and you've got many beaches where you can just relax or have some games with the kids on the beach. Madeira is our next port of call. Take the cable car at Monte, and the toboggan ride is great fun for all of the family. We'll then be cruising you on to Malaga is our next port of call. You've got some great examples of Moorish art in Spain here as well, which the kids will love. Then we should be cruising you on to Alicante is our final port of call here, with its many beaches there waiting for you. Maybe take a trip to Benidorm for the day if you want. Then we should be cruising you back to Barcelona, and then we're going to be flying you back to the UK.
And you could be on board in an inside stateroom from 1,299 per adult or 719 per child.
And if you want to be on board an Ocean View stateroom, that's from just £1,349 per person. And if you want to take the kids with you, they cruise from just £719 per child.
And this has been so popular, the balcony staterooms are all sold out. So you're going to need to get yourself on the phone nice and quick to get on this lovely itinerary. Let's take a sail back through those details. So we're going to fly you out to Barcelona, where you'll join the ship and sail out to our first port of call, Casablanca. Maybe head to the mosque while you're there, or do some haggling in the souks before we arrive into Gran Canaria. And there's a modern shopping centre nearby, which is a great way to occupy the children. Before we arrive into Tenerife, and you've got the Lora Park or the Water Park, two great family fun days out. Then Madeira, beautiful Madeira, maybe try a jeep safari there. Before we arrive into Malaga, you could head to Torremolinos or Puerto Banús for the day. And then our final port of call will be Alicante, and there's a great castle to explore in Alicante before we sail you back into Barcelona and fly you back to the UK. And those prices there starting from 1,299 per adult and 719 per child. These are premium all-inclusive with Norwegian Cruise Line. That's your drinks, your gratuities and your tips all included, as well as your flights and transfers. What incredible value for money. Get yourself on the phone. It's 0800 655 6449. It's time to start cruising as a family. What are you waiting for? But from myself and from Richard, it's time for us to go. See you next time.
Yeah, do check out our website for many more family deals. We'll see you very soon here at Vision Cruise. Bye for now.
You've been watching a commercial presentation on behalf of Vision Cruise.